Hi everyone. Sorry, we're a little bit late today. We'll get started in just a minute. I think there's a few people signing in, so we'll just maybe wait one more minute and then we'll get started. So you can leave your cameras on or off, I don't mind, as long as you can see the screen or whatever you're watching the class on. Hopefully you're all fit and well, and we've not been here, well, I've not been here for a month now, so had a little break, back and raring to go, so I hope you are too. Hopefully you've been carrying on doing some Pilates while I've been away. Not that I've actually been anywhere, but staycations all round. So yeah, we'll get on with it. So as always, if you do have any injuries or any aches and pains today, just take it easy, listen to your body, do what feels right for you. Don't push through any sharp pains, any kind of, anything that kind of makes you think, should I stop? It's probably a good idea to stop, take a stretch, or stop completely. But it should be quite a gentle class. It's a all levels class, mixed abilities, and we try and kind of incorporate sort of harder moves and easier moves. So it's up to you to just pick what feels right for you. Okay, so with all that said, let's get started. We're going to start off laying down. Start gently today, just in case you have had a break in the last few weeks. And we're going to go back to a few basics, and then we'll take it up a gear or two. So bring yourself down to your mat, just have your feet flat on the floor, hip distance, and your legs bent or your knees bent, and then just relax your arms by the side of you, palms facing up. So that's just going to open up the shoulder. So the first thing we're going to do is just turn our head really slowly from side to side and just check in with the neck and see how the neck is feeling. Just try and take nice deep breaths as you're doing this, no rushing. Try to really settle the spine down onto the mat and just let those muscles that surround the spine just soften and release. Okay, bringing the head back to center. Now we're going to just nod the chin slightly so that we get a double chin. So you're pushing your chin down and then just tilting your head back. So it's the same thing, we're just taking it through a different plane of motion. So we're just nodding down and then lifting our chin up. Couple more of these, just breathing naturally and normally, trying to relax the shoulders, relax the face. 2 more times, down and up and then down and up, and then again just find the kind of center between those two positions, and that should be a nice comfortable position for your head and neck to be relaxed. Okay, then we're going to add in a little bit of arm movement and shoulder mobilization now. So we're going to take the arms up and back on an inhale, keeping the ribs down, belly lifted in and up. And then as we exhale, we just semicircle and sweep the arms along the floor at the side of us. So hopefully you've got enough space for this, or you can just adapt it. Inhale, take the arms back, stretch them as high as you can. Exhale, sweep around. 2 more like this. Inhale, exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, now we're going to reverse that. So we're going to sweep around on the inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back to the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Just 2 more like this. Should feel really nice on the shoulders. Exhale down. 1 last time. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of simple leg movement now. So leg slides, we're going back to basics, as I said. So I want you to think about just pushing your heel away. So lift the toes up off the floor of your left leg. And then we're just going to inhale and push the foot away, flexing the foot. And then as you exhale, just slide it back along the floor, drawing your belly in and up as you do it. And then change sides. So we push away, inhaling, flex the toes. Stretch the back of the leg, push the back of the leg down into the floor, and then exhale, just slide gently. If you've got socks on, you're going to be able to slide a lot easier. Inhale again, sock sides. So stretch that leg out, make sure it stays in line with the body. Let's imagine that we're laying on a beach and we're pushing our heel through wet sand, making a nice straight line. Inhale, push away. Exhale, bring it back in. 1 more each leg. Nice, gently and slowly waking up the body. Waking up those lower abdominals, keep the belly lifted in and up. Just a gentle activation there so that we can still breathe. Bringing those knees and then just bringing them in towards the chest and just hugging them in. You can rock a little bit from side to side if that feels like a nice release for the low back, or you can just stay in this position, just hugging the knees towards the chest. Okay, we're going to take our legs now to tabletop. So knees above hips and 90 degrees behind the knees. Rest the hands down. And then we're just going to do some gentle toe taps. So we're going to take the front leg down and then exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, back up. Good, keep it going. Oh, sorry, I should have turned my emails off before I started, but now it's too late. So we might get some dinging sounds in the background. Okay, so just tapping down, exhaling up. Inhale, exhale. If this is really challenging for you and you're sort of shaking and struggling to hold your lower back in position, then just take it halfway and bring back up. So all the time you're coming back to this start position, this kind of knees above hip position. Good, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then let's just either hug the knees in or now stretch the back of the legs if you want to, just to get more of a stretch into your hamstrings and your calves. So just pulling the legs in towards you, head and shoulders are staying down on the floor, staying relaxed in the upper body and just having a little stretch for the legs. Okay, bring the legs down one at a time. Let's interlace the fingers and bring them behind the head. Make a little pillow for your head. Feel the whole weight of your head in your hands. So just lift your hands slightly off the floor and let the head relax into the hands. Now, remember how this feels, keeping the elbows wide, keeping the whole weight of the head in the hands. I want you to use your abdominals to lift you up as you exhale and just come up into a small crunch. Hold there, inhale, and then exhale to lower. Hopefully your abdominals are shaking a little bit like mine are. Let's go again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. 4 more just like this. You can come up as high as you like, but make sure you're not using your neck to lift you. Okay, so inhaling, holding, exhaling down. 3 more. Inhale, keep the elbows wide. Exhale, lower with control. Perfect. 1 to go, I think. Might have cut one out there, but hey, never mind. We're going to progress it now from this. Okay, so we're going to lift up on an exhale, and then we're going to twist to the side with that same exhale. Inhaling back to center and lowering. So we lift, we twist. Back to center and lower. Lift, turn your upper body to the side, looking at the floor beside you. Good, keep it going, lift. So the feet are staying down on this one. It's all about the upper abdominals. You should be feeling some warming sensations in those upper abdominals right now. I am. Keep it going. Use your breath to help you. So every time you exhale, those muscles will contract. I bet you're thinking, how many are we doing? It's burning. Okay, we are only going to do 2 more. So let's make these 2 count. The last one's always the most challenging, but the ones that we really gain from. So lift and twist and back and down. Well done. Okay, let's take a full body stretch. Take the arms behind, legs out, and just stretch the body as much as you can. The back will naturally arch away from the floor on this one. We don't need to worry about it. We're just going to enjoy the stretch. And then we're going to go straight into 100s. Okay, so bringing the feet back, we start on the lowest level on the 100s and we progress all the way through. If you want to join me, you can follow along or you can stay at the lower level. Wherever you prefer to be is fine with me. Okay, so stretch it back with the arms. We're going to lift the head and the shoulders on an exhale, using the arms to guide us. So we're reaching our fingertips towards the front of our shins, and then we're just going to start pumping those arms. So our chin is quite close to our chest. Imagine you've got a small egg between your chin and your chest and you don't want to break it. Holding it in place, keep breathing. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep those arms nice and strong. That's what's going to help you develop strength in your abdominals. Keep looking either straight through your thighs or as high as your knees, but no higher. Okay, so keep that chin tucked, keep breathing, keep reaching those fingertips towards the front of your shins. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, lift one leg. So lower abdominals are now joining our Pilates party. Keep it going. You can just swap if you want to, just to keep it interesting every few kind of pumps in those arms, or you can bring both legs to tabletop. A little bit more challenging, but still doable, hopefully, for most of us. Keep the arms going, keep the breath going. Just breathe however you can on this one, guys. I'm feeling this already. If we've taken a break for a few weeks, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but we can do it. So keep the breath going, keep the arms going. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, take one leg away, 45 degrees, and then change. Change again. Good. So you pick wherever your legs kind of working for you today, or you can mix it up a bit as I'm doing now. Keep it going. We're over halfway. 4 more sets. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2 sets. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Hug those knees, lower the head slowly. Take a stretch, take a breath. Turn the head from side to side if any tension has crept into the neck, as it can do. Excellent. And then we're going to just hug the knees in and roll up to seated, or turn to your side and come up to seated. Okay, so we're going to do some roll backs and then some roll ups, kind of half and half. We're going to do the top half and the bottom half, and then we're going to put them together and do 4 roll up. Okay, so to get going on the first half, it's easier to do kind of half roll backs from the top of the position. So we're going to just take our legs out in front of us. You can always bend the knees if you need to, if it's more comfortable. It's just more comfortable for me to be like this. Okay, you can also hold on to the backs of your knees if you really struggle with the roll up and roll down. So it's just a bit of assistance, but it's not going to take away from the abdominal strengthening that we're going to get from this. So first thing I want you to do is just sit really tall, either with your legs outstretched or hands behind the knees. And we're just going to start to tuck our pelvis underneath us as we draw the low belly in and just roll back about 1/3 of the way. And then we're just going to roll back up the same way. So we're going to just uncurl and straighten the spine. So as you can see, my spine is going from a straight position to a rounded position. Exhaling, rolling back. Holding there just for a few seconds to build some strength and feel the shaking, and then roll back up. So if you're holding on behind your knees, same thing. Exhale, round the spine, tuck pelvis. Draw lower belly in. Hold it there. You can either test as well, just to take your hands away, then bring them back if you need to, and then roll back up. Good, let's just do a couple more of these. Exhaling, tucking, rounding, holding, inhaling. Exhaling again to come back up. Let's do one more. I'm going to do one more with my legs outstretched. So we're going to roll back, keep the shoulders relaxed and down. Face relaxed. Good, don't go too low, because we're going to come up from the floor in a second. Okay, so we are going to roll now all the way down. I'm going to do a count of 8 for us to make sure that we don't rush all the way down there. But don't worry if you get there before the 8 is up. Okay, so sit super tall, either holding onto your legs or legs outstretched. Exhale, tuck and roll down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so it's a lot easier to roll down than it is to roll up. So let's try the rolling up part, but we're just going to do a small lift first of all. So the first part I want you to think about is just what happens to the back of your body as you roll up. You almost push your belly in towards the floor as you're coming up, which I know sounds weird and makes you think, how am I going to lift up? But actually pushing the lower back into the floor helps you lift off of the floor. So we're going to try that theory out, and we're just going to come up 1/3 of the way. So we're going to stretch the arms out first behind us. Take a stretch and an inhale, and then reach the hands up just above your shoulders. Exhale, look up and bring your head up so that you can see your toes. Now let's just see if we can lift up a small amount. Okay, so we're not going to throw ourselves in the air. We're going to do it nice and slowly. We're going to bring our legs together, squeeze our ankles, squeeze our knees, squeeze our bottom a little bit as well. And then we're just going to lift up just maybe a third of the way and hold. And then we roll back down. Now, if your shoulders are not coming off the floor, it doesn't matter. Let's just try it again slowly. Lift, look at your toes, flex your feet, and see if you can just lift off just an inch or two, and then roll back down. Now, if when you're trying this, carry on. If when you're trying this, you feel like your back is so tight that it's not going to let you lift up, don't worry. Just keep practicing this small move, whatever you can do. And then over time, your spinal muscles will relax more as we do all the other exercises and let them relax. And then you'll be able to lift up. So if you're not able to do the full roll up just yet, just practice this part and the other part that we just did, the kind of sitting and rolling back a third of the way, and then the middle part happens just magically over time. Okay, so don't worry. If you can't do that, then just carry on, as I said, or you can modify by bringing your legs in, and as you come up, just using your hands, holding your thighs and helping yourself to come up. That's another modification. So rolling down and rolling up, just using a little bit of assistance, and that is fine. Slow and controlled is going to give you strength. Throwing yourself in the air is going to probably pull a muscle and not do any good. Okay, so just make sure that you're not doing anything too crazy. Okay, if you can do the full roll up, we're going to do 2 now. Full roll up, full roll down. So inhale, stretch. Exhale, start to lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Getting ready to roll back down again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. My voice is going. 8. Let's go again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach it back and stretch. The hardest 2 exercises are done, so we can enjoy a little bit of a nicer move now. Okay, we're going to have our single leg circle. So we're going to hug our left knee in, stretch the right leg away. Make sure the right leg stays in line with the body. Flex your right toes, push your heel into the floor, and just try and get your knee towards your shoulder. Nice stretch, and then bring the leg to tabletop. So you're either here with a bent knee, or if you have the flexibility and your leg's not shaking when you're doing this, then you can have the leg fully extended. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are, they both work the same way. Push that leg, the right leg down into the floor. Hands come out to the side, or bring your hands onto your hips just to check that your hips are staying still. And then we're going to take our knee, so it's the bent knee version, out to the side. Don't lift the opposite hip up. Cross the body and bring it back around. So you're drawing a circle with your kneecap. Or you're drawing a circle with your toes with a full leg extension. We're only doing 5, and they are slow. Okay, so inhaling, exhaling. 2 more, inhaling, exhaling. Keep pushing the opposite leg down on the floor to anchor your hips to the floor. And now we change direction. So we cross the body, inhale, take it out, exhale, back to where you started. 4 to go. Cross and back in. I love this one. It's such a good exercise for the legs and the hips. Exhale back. 2 to go. Make sure the opposite foot is flexed on the floor. Excellent. Now we just do a little swap. Stretch the leg out, flex the toes, pull the right knee in. Enjoy that nice stretch across the hip flexor as well. It should feel lovely. And then bring your leg to the position that you want to use. So it might be different on this side. You might be tighter, or you might be more flexible. So you can pick where you want to be. Hands out to the side, pushing the shoulders down into the floor if you're not holding onto your hips. And inhale out. Exhale, cross. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. in this direction. Good, keep pushing the opposite leg into the floor. One more for luck. I've lost count as usual. And then we go the other way. So crossing the body over to the side and back. I'm going to extend my leg for these last two to get more of a stretch. One more for luck. And bring it back in, and then just hug both knees. Rock a little bit from side to side if you want a nice low back massage. Okay, let's do another more abs. So let's do our single leg scissor. So it's going to be a nice stretch on the back of the legs and a nice bit of work on the low abdominals. So we lift our body up on this one, but we use our arms to help us here. So we're going to let's pick our least favorite leg to start with. So I'm going to go with my right because it's tighter. Hold on under the knee or at the ankle if you can reach it. Lift the head and the shoulders. Stretch the opposite leg down and away. I'm already feeling this stretch super intensely. Okay, so you're going to try, if you're lifted up, you can do this from the floor, but if you're lifted up, I want you to try and keep your upper body in the same position. Don't let it move at all as you swap in midair. Exhale. Grab wherever you can and just pull and stretch that leg in towards you. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do another set of 8. I want you to really think about stretching the opposite leg away and really lifting the belly in and up as you go, keeping stable. Let's go for it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Hug knees. We're going to roll up seated. And we're going to do some more rolling. Okay, so rolling like a ball. I'm doing time, we're good. Okay, so we're going to bring our feet in, quite close to our bottom. This one can be a little bit uncomfortable, so we won't stay here for too long. And you're either going to roll or you're just going to balance on your sitting bones. So if you're balancing and not rolling for whatever reason, if you've got a stiff back or any back pain and you don't want to roll, then just lift your feet up and balance, drawing the low belly in. This is going to work and give you strength. If you do want to roll, as always, tuck the chin, keep your neck safe, don't roll back on the neck, draw the belly in, and then inhale, exhale. Balance if you can. Okay, inhale, exhale. Keep those feet close to your bottom. Inhale, exhale. One more for luck. Inhale, exhale. Let's just try the open leg rocker because I kind of prefer that one. Most people do. Okay, so we're balancing here, hands behind our knees. Again, you could just hold and just extend the legs and bend them. Just keep doing this and you don't have to roll, you're going to gain the same strength. Just a bit less dynamic. If you do want to roll, you're going to extend the legs, hold under the knee or on the ankle if you can reach and it's comfortable. You're rounding your spine so that you can roll more efficiently. And then we're just going to inhale, exhale. Try not to kick what's behind you like I just did. Inhale, exhale, and really push the legs into the hands. Inhale, exhale. One more for luck. Inhale, exhale. That one's so much more comfortable for me. I think it just works a bit better. Okay, now we are going to, let's mix it up. We're going to come into some back work, I think. So we're going to come onto all fours. We'll come to the sideline exercises at the end, I think, today, just to change it up a little bit. So we're in all fours. We're having our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. We're going to take a little stretch first of all, so a cat-cow stretch. We're going to tuck the pelvis and lift the lower belly in, and then start to round the whole spine. Dropping the head down, pushing up into the shoulders, and then exhaling, lifting the head, dropping the belly down, drawing the shoulder blades back into your back pocket. One more time each way. Exhale, tuck, and round the back of the body. Inhale, arch the back of the body. Good, and then come to somewhere in between those two extremes. How extreme they are. Okay, so nice flat back, knees still under the hips. Let's take our right leg back and our left hand along the floor. Not so far that we dip, okay? So we're going to keep a nice strong frame in the back of the body. Now we're just going to lift the foot and the fingers off of the floor and then just bring them back down. Just going to shift my body slightly further forward. There we go. So we're going to lift up and down. Just a simple move, up and down, keeping leg and arms super straight. We're going to do this 10 times. So that's 5, 6. Try not to move the rest of your body. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm already feeling this in my glutes. I don't know about you guys. Okay, let's swap sides. Let's see if we're stronger on the other side. So stay nice and strong and lifted with the chest. Neck is in line with the spine. Toes and fingertips touching the floor. We lift up and down. So you're only lifting up in line with the body, no higher. And you're stretching your fingers and toes away. So you're trying to lengthen your body rather than kind of lift the limbs up and back towards each other. You're trying to keep a nice straight line from your spine and your arm and neck. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to bring the knees back. Hands are going to stay on the floor this time. We're going to extend our right leg back again. And we're going to lift it up in line with the body and then tap across. So it's going past the other foot. Okay, so keep the shoulders lifted. Everything else stays still. We'll just lift up and tap out to the side. Lift up to the center, tap to the other side. Lift and tap. So you're going from side to side, making a kind of triangle. Kind of. Lift up and down. Squeeze and lift up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. Let's swap sides. Hopefully you're starting to feel this in your glutes and your hips. Okay, let's lift it up. Straight line first. Tap across and lift. So make it nice and precise. Dead straight with the leg. Don't bend at the knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Let's just sit back, feet together, knees apart, and have a little child's pose stretch. Let the chest just fall towards the mat. Stretch the fingers as far as they'll go in front of you. Sit back onto your heels if you can. Maybe take a little wiggle from side to side. Okay, we're going to come down now onto our front. So we're just going to extend the legs. Make sure you've got a little bit of room above your head. So your feet can be kind of close to whatever is behind you. You need room around the front of you for our swimming, okay? So first off, we're going to do a little dart move. So we're going to take our toes together and drop our heels apart. I'm just going to turn to face you for the moment, but our head's going to be looking towards the mat most of the time. So our hands are just going to be facing palms up and just outside the hips. So this is our relaxed position, shoulders are down. When we come up into our dart position, I want the heels to squeeze together, the hands to be flat onto the outside of the thighs, shoulders drawn back, and head lifts off of the floor. So this is our tensed position, where we're going to gain strength in the back of the body. And then we're just going to relax down and everything drops. We're going to do that 6 times, okay? And it's going to happen on an exhale. So we're going to get ready, inhaling. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Draw shoulders back. Squeeze those heels together. The feet stay on the floor. Lower down, 4 more. Inhale, 3 to go. Really squeeze those heels. It's going to activate the inner thighs and the glutes. Last 2. And last 1. Squeeze and lift. Now we're going to hold on this one. Keep the legs squeezing. We're going to take the arms and bring them forwards and push away. If you can, keep the legs squeezing. Please do for another 4. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 to go. Inhale, exhale. No, it's hurting on the squeezing with the bottom, and you can now release. Okay, turn your head to the side so you can breathe and you don't squash your face. Just move your hips from side to side. So it's tough to keep those heels together right towards the end because you're activating your glutes quite strongly and your inner thighs. So you might just need a little stretch after the class in those areas if we don't already do that. I'll try and get some in at the end, but we'll see how we get on. Okay, we're going to now come onto our side. Excuse me. So we're laying along the edge of the mat now in a nice straight line. Hand under the head, neck is nice and long and released, and then we bring our feet forward. So hips and knees are stacked, little gap underneath the side waist, and here is just relaxed on the mat. It's not holding on for dear life. If you want more of a challenge, you can take this top arm up for our sideline kick. So we're going to bring top leg to hip height and kick forwards. Exhale back. Do not move any other part of your body apart from the leg. So no swaying, forward and back. If you do start swaying, just make your leg movement smaller and slower. Push down on the foot that's staying on the mat. That's going to help keep you anchored. And if it's too much with this arm in the air, then just release the arm down for a little bit more assistance in the balance. Let's do 4 more. Slow back. So when you take that leg back, you can extend it past the body and squeeze the glutes even more. 2 more. Last 1. Okay, now we're going to take this leg and bring it in line with the body, but I want you to push that top hip down so that you're really stretching out of the hip, yeah? And then I want you to point the toes a little bit as you lift the leg up and down. Or you can relax the toes. Don't want you to get cramped, so I just want you to think of reaching the leg out of the hip. So you're just exhaling as you lift, inhaling to lower. Just start to feel it around here. I can already feel it. Don't know if that's because I've taken a little break from Pilates. My body's going, what is going on? Okay, so hopefully you guys all carried on in August doing other Pilates classes, other people's, or you followed some of the older classes just to keep it going. Don't worry if you didn't know. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring the heels together and the toes apart. So you're making a V shape with your feet. And then we're going to try and circle with the top leg, touching the heels after every circle. We're going to do 10 forward, 10 back, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Take the legs back so they're in line with the body now. Lay out on your arm. Double leg lift. Squeeze the legs together. Float them up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Okay, one more time. We're going to hold up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep that height there. Squeeze the legs together and slowly take them into big scissors. So lying side scissors and back. 2 more slow and back. Okay, now I'm going to try and bicycle. So we're going to bring the top leg in and just pretend that you're cycling on your side. Now it can be a little bit challenging, especially if you've got leggings on that aren't particularly slidey. Or we're just going to try and make a little bit of a cycle movement, a really slow cycle. And then go the other way, go backwards on your sideline bicycle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, my outer hip now is in need of a little tap, so I'm just going to bring my knee forward and just give it a little tap there, a little stretch. And we're going to turn over onto the other side and do the same thing. So flipping over, finding your alignment first of all, find a nice good strong position. That's going to help you be successful in your moves. Okay, so side lying first, arm in the air or fingers on the mat in front of you. Leg lifts to hip height, push down on the foot that's on the floor. And we make it look easy by kicking forward and back. Lifting that belly in and up to stabilize. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, so the more you practice this one, the bigger range you're going to get. The muscles will release when they know that the supporting muscles are strong enough to hold. So don't worry if you're not quite there yet. Work with what you have. Start where you start. Improve every week. And it's all good. 2 more. Okay, taking that leg in line with the body. Stretching the hip down, just giving it a little assistance there, and then holding it there as you lift and lower. That's just going to make sure we recruit the right muscles. If the hip collapses down in towards the body, then we're not going to use the right muscles to lift the leg. So keep it nice and aligned, those hips stacked on top of each other, and then you're all good. Exhaling as you're lifting. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now you're going to bring your heels together, make that V shape with the toes apart, heels together. We circle forwards for 10. Try and make the heels touch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change directions, go the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring the legs back in line with the body. Lay out on your arm. Double leg lift. Stretch the legs away. Squeeze them together and they just float up. They stay there by these side muscles, the oblique muscles working very strongly, contracting and holding them in place. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, getting ready to go again. Lifting up, squeezing the inner thighs together. Holding it there. Bring these fingers in front. I'm wobbling today on this side. Okay, and then we slow scissor. Forwards, 1 leg back. Slow change. 2 more times, slow. Last one, slow. And then we cycle forwards. As you can. Don't worry what you look like. It's kind of uncomfortable. Okay, and then we go the other way. It might be easier to go backwards. It is definitely easier to go backwards for me on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, roll onto your front. Let's have a little stretch for the front of the thighs. So we're going to just rest our head down. Bend the foot towards the bottom. Grab hold of your ankle if you can, or the front of your foot, and just bring, so make sure your knees are quite close together, first of all, and then just bring your foot towards your bottom, pushing your hips down into the floor. That's going to increase the stretch on the front of the leg and should feel nice, hopefully. So try and relax the rest of your body as you stretch. another part of the body. So stretching the front of the thighs, just a really good release. These muscles can get quite tight. And the deal in Pilates is really just to stretch tight muscles, make sure they're a little bit less tight, and also strengthen the weaker muscles, so to bring balance to the body. Let's swap sides. Bring the other foot in, just rest your head down. Don't worry if the foot's not touching the bottom. Just make sure you're pushing your hips down into the floor. Just tilting the pelvis slightly is just going to give you a bit more of a stretch if you want it. If you're already feeling it, don't worry. Breathing naturally and normally. Good. Okay, so we're going to come up into a plank now. So to get there, you need to just tuck your toes underneath you, hands under your shoulders. You're either going to come up on your knees first of all and then into a plank, or you can push right up straight into your plank. So making sure that your bottom and your hips are in line with the rest of your body and not drop down and not arched up. Okay, so you want to have a nice straight line. And if you're not sure if you're in that position, just bring the knees slowly down to the floor one at a time, and then stretch one leg back. Don't change your hip position, stretch the other leg back and hold. If you struggle to hold plank for a long time, just come in and out of it. Over time, you'll get stronger and you will be able to hold the position for longer. Okay, so we're in plank, either here or you can be on a knee plank if you're really struggling. If you're on your knee plank, just hold. If you're in the full plank, we're going to take the leg pull. Okay, so we're going to lift to plank. We're going to lift our left leg, rock back on the right foot, rock forwards, place down. Lift, rock, back, down. One more time. Lift, rock, back, down. Lift, rock, back, and down. Well done. Knees come down. Sit back again. So just relaxing into your child's pose. Breathing naturally and normally. Letting go of any tension. Good. Okay, we're going to come onto our side again, and we're just going to do a little bit of our side line book opening move. So we're going to bring our knees together and bring them up to 90 degrees. And then we're going to have our arms reaching out kind of in line with our shoulders. So I want you to glue the knees together and make sure they stay one on top of the other. And one knee doesn't kind of come back. So that means our hips are moving. We want to keep our hips really still. We're going to inhale up, look at the top hand, keep the knees together. And then we're going to exhale and just follow the hand back with the eyes. So the idea is not to rush and try and get the hand to the floor. It's to go as far as you feel the stretch and then exhale and close. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, exhale, follow the hand with the eyes, open up the ribs towards the ceiling, exhale back. We've got 5, so 3 more to go. By the end of the 5th one, we're going to go a little bit further each time. So we don't need to rush on the first one, try and overstretch. We're just opening up through the ribs. They tend to get very tight, muscles around the ribs, so we want to just encourage them to let go of any tension. I can already feel that. And if you're getting any kind of cracking sounds, that's usually just fluid, okay? So in between the joints, it's not necessarily anything bad, any bones breaking, hopefully. It's not usual in this position. I think I've just added an extra one, so there we go, bonus one on this side. And then of course you can either turn to the other side, turn away from the camera. I can't see most of you anyway, but I'm just going to turn my whole body so that I can do the other side in front of you guys. Okay, so find the position, knees stacked, that's a really important part of it. And then we maintain that hip alignment as we take it back. And this is much tighter on this side for me, so it's probably going to be different on both sides for you too. Inhale, exhale. So you're going to feel this in your side waist and around the bottom of the ribs. Maybe a little bit in your shoulders, depending on where you might be tight, which muscles are tight. Exhale back. Let's do one more. Actually, let's do two more to make it the same as the other side. So inhale up, stretch the fingers to the ceiling, and then keep stretching as you follow those hands back with the eye. One last time. And then back to center. So we're going to stay here just for a second, just to let the body kind of assimilate what we've done. Try not to move too quickly after this, because it does release quite a lot of tense areas in the body, and we don't want to move too quickly after we've done that. Not for any scary reason, but just to be gentle with the body. Okay, so we're just going to slowly come up and just sit up in whatever position is comfortable for you. Let's just check time. I've gone over a minute, never mind. So hopefully just sitting up at the end of the class, you should feel a little bit less tense in the muscles, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more free to move around, and hopefully you're feeling good. Thank you for joining me. It's lovely to see so many of you. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you same time next week on our POCs. Take care. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments. I'll hang around for a minute or two. Thank you. Thank you, Shanti. Thank you. It was lovely to be back, and I hope to see you all next week.